Hi submarine friends, welcome back to watching me build a diesel electric submarine. And I'm just noticing what a complete disaster zone my garage is here. I'm approaching that time when I have to do a cleanup. Doesn't happen that often, but I'm getting close. It's getting bad. Anyways, what am I working on? I have been working on my electric thruster motors, and I ran new wires through with casting resin epoxy, but I can't work on this yet because this resin is not hardening. Well, it's hardening, but it's not there yet. It's still kind of rubbery. I'm actually a little concerned that it may not cure completely. The problem is it's a 50-50 ratio, and I ran out of one before the other, so anyways, we'll see what happens. This penetrator right here, that's hard as a rock, so that worked out. It would really suck to have to drill that all out and fix it. Oh. Anyways, fingers crossed. So what I'm working on now, while I wait for that resin to harden, I'm making the swinging seat mount. So the way that it works is this part is going to be a pedestal which mounts to the side of the hull. So this plate gets welded on top like this, and this plate gets welded on the bottom, and the bottom one is a different distance from the top one outward because the hull is round. So that stands right there, welded to the side of the hull, just back of center of the conning tower. Then this guy right here, now I'm using teleposts because I have tons and tons of teleposts left over from my jobs. So this piece slides in here. Now all this does is swing out of the way and swing back when I want to use the seat. So it doesn't have to be a beautiful fit or anything like that, although it fits pretty good. So then this piece here will weld to the top of this piece, like so. And then this piece here slides over. It's so fancy, I actually make these into my lathe. So this one goes over like this, right? So it's like that. And then that goes in there. Not like that, because it's not welded together. But anyways, the idea is that this is the aluminum I-beam that swings out of the way. And I want to use this I-beam because, you know, the seat will be mounted to the top of this, and when it's not in use, it'll swing to the side out of the way. But because it's an I-beam, I can make my seat so it just slides onto this. So if I want to take the seat out, let's say I'm going to spend the night on the sub and the seat's in the way, just slide it off, set it to the side. This is tucked up against the wall. So this will be attached to this with those plates, and it'll drop in there like this, and it'll swing to the side. Now, when it's in this position, there will be a pin so that you have to lift it to turn it. Otherwise, when you get in and out of the submarine and you step on this, it's going to be all over the place. So when you get in the submarine, all you do is you lift your foot, and that'll lift it, and you can swing it away with your foot. I did that on another submarine. It works really, really well. And I built it exactly the same way. So this is like this, and then that plate goes there like that. Anyway, this plate. So that's what I'm working on. So tomorrow I will finish that, get it installed, and then hopefully this resin, I got hooks bent on here because I've got it hanging above my wood stove so it gets nice and warm. Should be okay, it's getting pretty close. So I'm going to actually make a piece that fits over these wires, and then it's going to be filled with a 3M marine adhesive sealant. I'm going to pump that in there just for a little added extra security. And I've already made the brackets to attach the motors to the ballast tank. I just don't want to commit to welding them on until the motors are reassembled, so that I know I have the brackets in exactly the right spot. Then I just drill some holes through the ballast tank for the wires. So these wires will be inside a heavy hose like this, something like this. Not particularly that, or maybe, who knows. Anyways, so there will be a hose to protect those wires. The ballast tank is only about 3 inches away from the motor, so it doesn't have to be much. It's just something to protect the wires. I'll probably actually use a piece of pipe, machine a piece of pipe to fit in here. I left some depth so I can put a metal tube of some sort in there. That's probably what I'll do because it'll be stronger if it hits. So when you submerge, you might land on something, and you don't want to poke these wires with something. So that's what I'm going to do. That's all I got to report today. Ciao.